Everybody here that is in lower ground has been evacuated to higher ground.
That was from a phone call earlier today with a spokesperson for the city of Reedsport. It was among the communities along the Oregon coast urged to evacuate due to the threat of a possible tsunami after a 7.0 magnitude earthquake struck off the coast of California this morning.
Within minutes of the tsunami warning being issued, fishermen and boat owners took action, taking their boats farther out to sea, hoping to avoid potential damage at the port.
And a live look now from our Chinook Wind Skycam in Lincoln City. Within the last hour, Oregon Parks and Recreation opened all state park beach access as the tsunami warning is canceled. And that is our top story here at 4. Thank you for joining us. I'm Tim Gordon.
And I'm Stephanie Domer. Let's get right to Matt Safino. He joins us in the studio this afternoon. And how are conditions on the coast looking now, Matt?
Totally fine right now. This was a morning event, as you know, but it always gets everybody's attention when this happens because the threat is real and they're tough to forecast, which is why you get a warning sometime, but then nothing really happens. You can see the swarm of earthquakes, though. I believe the strongest magnitude was upgraded to a 7.3, then several aftershocks in the 1 to 2 magnitude range off the coast of Mendocino County and Humboldt counties in Northern California there. So again, this was a sizable earthquake. As Tim's going to tell you later, not on the Juan de Fuca fault, but still on one of the faults closer to the coast of California there. So we'll keep an eye on this. Now, there's several different threat levels that we have with tsunamis, and you see these signs up and down the Oregon coast, and for good reason. And they should get your attention. You should always know where to go wherever you're at the beach to escape and get out of the tsunami zone. Sometimes it's just an information statement. There's no threat at all. When there's a tsunami watch, that's when it's like mainly for distant earthquakes, like when we had the earthquake in Japan. In that case, we have several hours to respond and wait and see if tsunami is actually happening, or an advisory when we know something happened, but it's not too strong. We can get some currents, waves, rip currents, that kind of a thing. And in this case, it was a tsunami warning because the danger was real, even though we ended up not getting a big tsunami wave. Now, how do we measure these? Well, there's a whole network of special buoys offshore out over the Pacific Ocean called DART buoys, which stands for Deep Ocean Assessment and Reporting of Tsunamis. This is one of the ones that NOAA has, what that looks like. Here's another one from the Bureau of Meteorology in Australia showing the DART buoys offshore, and they are scattered all around the Pacific Ocean, mainly along the Pacific Rim, as you can see here, to track and be able to tell us how these waves are responding to an earthquake. Now, offshore, you don't really get much of a response. It's usually when the wave, that energy wave, gets close to shore and the water gets shallow when you see the amplification of the water. In this case, this buoy off the coast of Mendocino showed about a 15-second increase right there in the red. So that's how that happened right now. All the buoys showing 6, 7, maybe 10-foot waves. Pretty normal for this time of the year, guys.
All right, Matt, thank you so much. And we did break this news earlier today here on KGW, letting our viewers know all of the information that was coming into our newsroom. And during the live broadcast, we heard from a spokesperson with the city of Reedsport as the community was evacuated to safety. Take a listen.
We have our levee up, which will prevent any huge waves from coming over. Everybody here that is in lower ground has been evacuated to higher ground, which is locally at our schools. So all of our kids are in a safe spot. You know, downtown people are uptown. We do have our entire fire department, our entire police department, and our CERT team out around town working feverishly to make sure everybody is okay. Last we heard, it was going to hit, pretty soon here, but we do not feel it's going to breach our levee.